They don't understand you, and here's the truth, they're not supposed to. The moment you accept that is the moment you begin to take your power back. This is the first hard truth you must swallow. If you truly want peace, stop expecting people to understand you. The moment you stop begging for approval, for agreement, for recognition is the moment you step fully into your power. You stop being a slave to other people's minds. You stop living your life as a reaction, and you start living as a force, as someone who chooses their direction. Most people are addicted to being understood. They chase validation like it's oxygen. They soften their voices. They explain themselves over and over. They lower their standards just to feel accepted. But here's the cold, unfiltered truth. The more you need to be understood, the less peace you will ever have. Why? Because misunderstanding is normal. True understanding is rare. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength that includes other people's opinions, their judgments, their inability to see your vision, your pain, your truth. They don't get it. They won't, and that's okay. What matters is whether you can. Keep walking your path, even when no one claps. Whether you can endure criticism, silence, and rejection without collapsing. Peace doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the moment you stop explaining yourself and start owning yourself. You are not a lecture, not a PowerPoint, not a performance to be clapped for. You are a soul forged in fire. You are your actions, your consistency, your character. The Stoics knew this. They lived by it. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Let that sink in. Be content to be misunderstood, to be mocked, to be dismissed. Because if you're truly walking the path of growth, if you're truly building something real inside yourself, it won't be obvious to the world. Not yet. Peace doesn't live in the noise of being seen. It lives in the silence of being unmoved. You could spend your whole life trying to explain your heart, your intentions, your truth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. They don't want to get it. They want to shrink you, box you in, label you, feel superior to you. And when you try to defend yourself, you only give them more ammunition. But what happens when you no longer care whether they get it? When you rise without applause, when you move without announcement, when you live so deeply aligned with your principles that no insult can touch you, that's when you become dangerous. That's when you become peaceful. We realize that peace comes not from being accepted, but from no longer needing to be. And now, it's time to confront something deeper. Something you've always known but rarely acknowledged. The need to be understood is a form of weakness. It's a quiet cry for permission, a subtle beg for someone to approve your truth. And that need, it will chain you, it will keep you stuck, watered down, second-guessing every step you take. Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. So stop expecting them to get it. Start living now." You don't owe anyone an explanation for becoming who you're meant to be. Pain will come, rejection will come, but those are not signs of failure. They are signs you're finally walking your own path. Let's be honest, the more aligned you are with your purpose, the more resistance you will face. From the world, from your friends, even from your own family. They'll say, "You've changed. You're cold. You're arrogant. You're distant." They'll project their fears onto you just to shrink you back down. And the old you, the weaker version, might have tried to explain. But not anymore, Doc, because now you understand. Peace comes when you let go of needing their permission, their understanding, their support. You build silence like armor. You move with calm defiance. You no longer seek to prove anything. You just are. They'll ask, "Why are you so quiet?" Because peace doesn't beg to be heard. Why don't you defend yourself? Because truth doesn't argue. They'll say, "You think you're better than everyone." No, you just finally stop needing to be accepted by everyone. You've learned something most people never will. The stronger you become, the less you speak. Not out of fear, not out of insecurity, but because you've tasted the power of inner stillness. You've faced your shadows, you've met your rage, you've stood alone in the dark and didn't run. You've stared into the abyss and found peace, not in its absence, but in your response to it. This is what it means to live like a stoic warrior, to walk in silence, to endure misunderstanding, to become unshakable. The world is full of people screaming to be seen, crying to be validated. But you're done with that. You've chosen something higher. Let them misjudge you. Let them underestimate you. Let them whisper your name in confusion. You have no time to explain greatness to the small-minded. You have no energy left to beg for recognition. Because now, everything you do is for your own alignment, your own peace, your own freedom. As we said before, when you no longer need to be understood and instead choose to stand firm in your truth, something begins to shift. The less you explain yourself, the more powerful your presence becomes. People may not understand you, but they'll feel you. They'll feel it in your calm, in your actions, in the quiet, steady rhythm of your consistency. That's the paradox. The less you seek approval, the more others are drawn to you. The quieter you become, the louder your presence speaks. The more peace you hold, the more chaos begins to fear. So let go of the need to be understood. Be like water, flowing, adapting, powerful, but never needing to prove itself. Be like stone, silent, steady, unmoved. It doesn't explain its weight, it just is. Live your life with such deep integrity that misunderstanding no longer stings, that silence no longer feels like loneliness, but freedom. You are not here to be understood by the masses. You are here to live in truth, to master your mind, to walk the path, even if you walk it alone. Peace isn't found in the applause of the crowd. It's found when you clap for yourself in the dark, with no witnesses, no spotlight, no fanfare. That's where the real ones are born. That's where the stoic warrior rises. And if you can accept that, if you can let go of needing to be understood, you'll finally discover what you've been searching for all along. Not attention, not praise, not validation. But peace. And peace is worth everything.